Hey guys, it's Kate and I hope you're having a great day. I'm here with a watercolor today and I want to play around with some more with my Mei palette and also do some very wet on wet. So I've got a little spray bottle here. I'm going to spray both sides of my paper very lightly just to get some water down on it and help keep it flat. Let me just get this into the frame. All right. So I'm just going to play around with dropping some color in splashes onto my wet paper and just letting them spread. So I have some deep violet I've got right now on my paper. And I'm just going to, you know what? Let's get really wet. Why not? Okay. Love those blooms. And let's just get with some deep color here. And maybe I'll roll in with some of this light sky blue. And I'm going to drop that right on top too. And I'm going to rinse my brush a bit and pick up some more paint and get it nice and loaded. And I'm going straight into the pan with some of this. All right. Now let's blot some of this back. I have a baby wipe here and some of my water is kind of pooling here in the middle. So I'm going to blot back some of that. I really like this texture here on the outside. That looks great to me. And I want to come back in with some of this blue. Just like this. And then I'm going to dip into my Payne's Gray and put some here around the side. And I want to play around a bit. Oop, I got a little bit of a brush. There. You never know when something like that'll happen. Okay, I have this bristly brush. I'm going to try making some marks and just have some fun and see what we can do. And maybe I'll dip right into my palette a little bit with that blue paint and see what we can do. I love the effect of this dry brush. It's really neat. And I'm going to try blotting some more up and just keep that texture going. Just like that. It's almost like some kind of, almost like a landscape or something. But the dry brush, boy, it's hard to beat. Okay, I'm going to grab some Payne's Gray in here. And just add some more here down to the bottom. And let's go in with just a little bit more of this deep purple so that it's not the only place where we have some. And I'm going to put some right here, drop some in there, and let's do just a little bit more brushing like that. Let's add some salt. I've been really loving salt lately, and this is just crying out for some texture down here. And maybe up here too, although that part may be a little bit dry still. All right. Now we'll let that dry. So I'm back and this is dry, and I grabbed my fine liner just to have some fun with some doodles. And I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I was just kind of sitting here looking at it, and it almost looks like a little bit of an abstract landscape. Like I could almost imagine this as like a roof of a little house, and it's on some kind of little shoreline with a foggy water and some flowers or bushes or something around here, and maybe some trees. And it's just so pretty. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of sketch some things and we'll just see how it goes. So I'm just getting, this is my point one. I'm going to try this first and just see how it goes. I'm going to grab a different fine liner. This is a 0.2, and I'm going to try using this instead. I'm just kind of sketching in some grasses here maybe. And you know what? I might actually, once this dries, I might add in some more color. And maybe we have some plants here. And maybe some more grasses here. And maybe a little walkway. And maybe it comes right out here. Just like that. And let's do a little hill here. I'm going to dip into my watercolor again and get some green here, a little touch of red to quiet it down, and just mix it right in with this blue also. Yeah. I'm going to do some dragging and just kind of do a little bit of a, almost like a line and wash. I'm going to drop in some extra color here. just like this. Why not? And how about we just have some more of that green come right out here. And I'm just going to kind of dab this with my brush a little bit, soften up these edges of where I was, and add some more green, and just kind of pretty it up a bit. I'm going to do some dragging over here and just smooth it out. Just like that. And maybe we have a little bit here. I'm going to go back into some more green. Just like that. And add some more with dragging right here. Like that. It's almost like a two-tone, but I really love this actually. It's sort of turning into kind of an interesting little landscape, I guess. I'm going to get a little bit of earthy tone. Well, let's see. Maybe we go with some Payne's Gray. And maybe we add a little bit of brown to it. Let's see how that looks. I kind of like that it turns into kind of a grayish brown color. And I think that might be pretty nice. And I'm just going to go kind of easy with it. And I'm just going to drag that down also. Just like that. And kind of dab it in some places. And just drag it down. And I might even add some more brown to this. But I wanted it to be just kind of nice going toward the bottom. Like kind of fading out a bit, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to be careful of that. I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm doing a lot of blotting and rinsing on my napkin. How's that? This is a very abstract doodle, but I kind of love it. Okay, let's see. Why don't we add a little bit of red to this green and kind of turn it into a bit of a maroon color. So it's kind of toned down a little bit, and I might even add a little bit of this brown in there too. Why not? And that way it's not such a bright red. And so how about in just a few of these, I add some little dots. With my brush. And maybe here too. Almost like they're flowers. And maybe in these ones here, maybe I add a little bit of yellow. And how about some yellow up here too? Now that there is something from the imagination. But I really love it, and it was kind of just playtime, picking out some shapes, doing some reverse coloring, and having some fun with salt. And this is so sketchy and not detailed, but just, I don't know, I think it's pretty wonderful. Before I end the video, let me just give you a quick little close-up so you can see all of the detail from the salt and the pen and the little marks that we made with the paint and the next layer and all of the texture that's in this painting. And I just love the result, actually. So I hope this kind of inspires you to just relax. Who cares how it turns out? And you might get something that's just kind of whimsical that you really like very much. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Follow along with me if you could with your watercolors, or do something similar with a project of your own. Thank you for watching and have a great day. And until next time, keep creating.